After being forced to starve and live naked in the woods for years, my wife and I finally found the courage to steal some food from the man who had been torturing us. I felt my heart sink as a thundering voice shook the earth, saying, "Adam, what have you done?" The worst part of the zombie apocalypse wasn't the deafening silence and loneliness. It was having full consciousness and thought, but being unable to control my rotting body. Starving and desperate, I prayed to the golden idol to send me something to eat before I perish. "Wow, thanks for the stranger kind gold." "Yes, and I'd like extra pepperoni," she said, smiling to her friend as he watched her from across the room. "If he has a gun," the 911 operator replied. "Ask him he'd like a drink with his order." I shrieked in agony as the pool of red spread out from me. The 32-ounce glass of Hawaiian punch would never come out of the white carpet. "I think I'm going to take a nap because I'm not feeling well and it's so hot in here. When mommy comes back to the car from her appointment, she'll wake me up." Passing notes? You know the rules. Read it out loud for the class. The boy shuffled uncomfortably in his seat and stammered out, "Don't come to school tomorrow." I asked the genie for $1,000 a day for the rest of my life. Sighing, he gave me $3,000 total and said good luck. Alone and afraid, I watched as my son, swollen and red, began to die. Son. I was the only one daring enough to rebel against the Mad King. But I bet they told you it was pride that led to me being cast out of heaven, didn't they? "What did you call it again?" I asked, holding a picture of my precious newborn, Anna. "It's called Alzheimer's, Daddy," said this woman, claiming to be my girl. "We came in peace," they said. And they kept saying it like they thought it would stop us. I let out a huge yawn and strained my eyes open to reveal nothing but darkness in the familiar space of my room, so I tentatively felt my way to the light switch. But when my eye passed the window and felt the sun's warmth on my face, my stomach churned. I was really excited for my first international modeling show and got especially dolled up for the event. But when I got on stage and men starting bidding on me, I knew something was drastically wrong. I sat on my rooftop and watched the lights dance across the night sky. Since the missile warnings came late, I decided to enjoy the view. "Stop, thief." I screamed at the asshole who grabbed my bag and ran. "Wait, never mind. He's running straight into the crowd. I just need to press the button and he'll do my work for me." The judge ruled that I was not to be held responsible in the car accident that caused the death of my 5-year-old daughter, but the angry and bloodied little girl sitting in the backseat every time I check the rearview mirror doesn't agree. My wife and I decided it was time to give our preteen daughter the long talk about the birds and the bees, but she started getting really upset and kept interrupting us with corrections. The missing persons poster I saw today looks kinda like me. I just wish I could see higher than the locked basement window. After decades of sending out messages to beyond the stars, humanity finally received a response. Simulation complete. System shutting down. It is 5 days since you broke our sacred marriage vows. It was till death do us part, so why haven't you left yet? I'm finally the oldest person on earth. It took a while, but I managed to do it before my 18th birthday. After 13 years, I finally got to see what was on the other side of the cellar doors. The trees and the sky look even better than the books made them sound. "Sorry, I didn't get that," said Alexa, echoing through the empty house. Startled, I woke up. The nurse gently stroked my bandaged head and informed me all 9 of my friends had been safely recovered from the murder cabin. Thanks to my severe injuries, I could not tell her only 6 of us had gone into the cabin. Catherine could only sigh in annoyance as one of the trolls on the opposing team messaged her about doing her mom. Her composure wasn't nearly as good the next morning when she was awoken by a call explaining apologetically that her mother's grave had been vandalized and worse, the corpse was missing. At 13 I helped daddy put the finishing touches on his backyard bunker. That was 5 years, 3 children and 2 miscarriages ago, and I miss the sun. I recently moved to a different country to live with my girlfriend. She thought she could get away, the fool. It's been 2 years since the Mars rover battery died. Today it powered back on. There I was, happy I finally sent them my application letter. Wait, did I use the wrong there? They came for us from the sky. They burned out homes, killed our people, and enslaved us who remained. This is why we were warned of the humans. I went to take my chemotherapy medication to treat my 3rd stage pancreatic cancer, only to see my 2-year-old daughter pop the pills and swallow them down. As I began to hyperventilate, the nurse said, with a grin, "Don't you worry, sir, they're only sugar pills. We don't think there's anything wrong with your baby," the doctor said the moment he entered the room. "But we can't find him, or the nurse, since they left the delivery room." I frantically tried to shush my crying child, wary of the looks I was receiving from those around me. Knowing how much danger we'd be in if we were found, I steeled my nerves and silenced her forever with a sharp twist of my hands. I placed the canvas upon the pedestal as my heart beat wildly with excitement. With the pull of this trigger, I will create my greatest masterpiece. My husband asked me this morning why I had woken up so early last night and walked to the baby's room. I turned to him and said, "I thought that was you. I thought I was lucky to have survived the explosion and the fire. But when I heard the water come roaring into the hallway, I knew that the sea would finish what the flames had started." After waking up in the dark, I couldn't find the light switch. Then I remembered my heart stopping. It wasn't a shock when the doctor told me I have multiple personality disorder, did. The shock was when I learned that I'm not the original personality. I was starting to regret carrying all the shopping in one trip, but it wasn't until the thin plastic handles cleanly sliced through my fingers that I realized my mistake. I begged the devil to take my soul to save my only son from cancer, but he just laughed at me for not knowing that he wasn't mine. I don't know how Facebook knows I'm thinking of buying bleach, seeing that there are several ads for it in my newsfeed. Cold sweat ran down the sides of my face as I noticed it also recommended bone saws. I thought having a skylight in my bedroom was the best feature of my new apartment, until I woke up in the middle of the night to see a man staring down at me through it. "If you follow me, sir, your room is this way. We've been walking down this hallway for 10 years, and every door is locked." "I found Waldo," I said, looking at the computer screen. The officers surrounding my desk look on in horror as we watch the live feed of the serial killer torturing his latest victim holding a sign. 5 hours left. TikTok. "Look, mama, Pinatus," my daughter said. I didn't have the heart to tell her that those were victims of the cartel. He kicked and screamed and kicked and screamed. Or at least I assume he did, but I didn't stop the coffin from being lowered into the ground. I closed my eyes. Finally I was going to kiss the love of my life. I only wish I'd done it while she was still alive. "You're going to be okay. I'm calling mom and dad," I said as tears streamed down my face. But as his blood filled the bathtub, I realized it wouldn't make a difference either way. I'm nearly asleep when I hear breathing. I think there's a monster in my closet. I wish mom would let me out, cause I don't wanna be stuck in here with it all night. Watched some sitcoms for an hour or two before bed. When I turned the TV off, however, the laugh tracks continued. Finally I have found someone nice at this camp. I don't speak German, but the doctor sure seems happy to have met me and my twin sister. "Mom, look at the tornado. It's a bit different this time. It's not moving." I asked the genie for 4 walls and a roof above my head. I woke up in a coffin. A week after opening up our relationship, my girlfriend got mad at me when we compared body counts. She cried, "The basement isn't big enough." The case against my rapist was open and shut with a pair of witnesses to testify. A prison sentence would have a severe impact on him, the judge said as my heart sank to my stomach. My girlfriend left me when I started popping pills every day. I can't wait to meet a real girl now that I'm properly medicated. Being a heavy sleeper never bothered me. Until I woke up laying in a hospital bed, covered in 4th-degree burns. Never ever sleep with your head under the pillow. Whatever the skull fairy leaves you isn't worth it. We humiliated the old man as he built a boat in the middle of a forest. The laughing slowly transitioned to panic when the rain didn't stop for a while. I kissed my wife goodbye as she left the house for her business trip and then stepped into the shower so I could clean up before work. Immediately after my foot hit the porcelain tub, I slipped and went careening headfirst into the shower handle, leaving me paralyzed from the neck down and screaming as the too hot water greeted my flesh. I'm Uncle Dan's favorite niece, so he usually lets me have whatever I want. I just wished he let me keep the baby. I felt a hand grab my butt. I was sitting on the toilet. This was a special video to celebrate 100 subscribers. It wasn't easy, but we did it. Love you all. Well, that was quick. Now you can watch another video, subscribe to me or to PewDiePie, or, let me think. Oh yeah, spread it to your pals. Bye.